Hi guys, Thomas here from FastTrackFBA, and today I'm joined by Matt Lowe. Now, Matt, can you just introduce yourself and just tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure, Tom. Hey, thanks for having me on. I started full-time Amazon FBA around end of April time. My previous business came to a close due to Corona, and I was looking for something to keep me busy. I dabbled a little bit last year in Amazon, just sort of like part-time messing around, and I saw some legs, and now we've just sort of gone full scale with it. Really exciting journey. I met you, I think, in May, jumped on your Fast Track FBA service, and then straight away had great results with that, and was then, so literally like 4 weeks in, pulled the trigger on the VA, got them training up, cracking on. Yeah, things are going good. Turnover's really gone up since the VA, since joining your service, obviously.
How long have you been selling on Amazon for?
2.5 months.
Wow, obviously, so really short amount of time, actually, isn't it? And obviously, I know you said you've done it in the past, but this is proper selling, full time. Really trying to get sales on Amazon. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, so the last time I was using another deal service, I probably had at any one point maybe 10 or 20 active SKUs. And it was just sort of, prepping myself, doing everything. I'd order stuff on a Sunday, wait for it all to come in, and then the next Sunday just bag it up and send it away. Really, really part-time thing. I mean, I've got my old figures here. So July last year, I did 2.5 grand. August, 5.5, and then I got up to about 8 grand in September. Now we've come full blown. This time May I did just under 50 grand. June just under 70 grand, and for the July, so we're 20 days in, I'm on 52 grand.
Wow,
which is crazy. So yeah, I mean we're aiming for that 88k pretty soon. That's my sort of goal. Goal number one is 88k a month, which obviously leads to the mythical £1 million.
7-figure Amazon seller in the making here. I love it. Fantastic. Well done to you from going from 8k part-time. 8k part-time still good, but now you're talking 50, 70, 88k. That is next level stuff. That's where I want to be. Today we're here to talk about VAs and the VA Academy. What was your reason for getting a VA? How did that come around? Tell me about the thought process to anyone who might be thinking about it.
Obviously, I love Amazon, and I want to do this long term. As I said, I've got another business which was closed down during lockdown, and it's actually opening up now. End of the month, we're looking to open again. So while during lockdown, I had loads of time free on my hands, but I knew there was going to come a point where my main sort of business was going to take off again. That's a full-time job in itself. I couldn't do 2 full-time jobs effectively. The most time-consuming and possibly easiest to outsource is manual sourcing. I knew where I was going, and I knew what I had to do. Even from my pub business, I've always known that by the time you decide you need to hire somebody, you're already 6 months too late. As soon as you're thinking about it, you got to pull the trigger. Otherwise, it's just you've let it run on too long, basically. And in order to scale, you got to hire people. If
you don't mind me asking, obviously you came to me, you looked at Fast Track FBA VA Academy. Why us? What was the reason behind us?
One of the things I really struggle with is process, and you shed quite a bit of light on that. There's possibly more your insight into how the business works and the processes. I just sort of felt a connection and trusted you with my money and my business, basically. If you can outsource it. For the cost of the training and everything and your knowledge, I could have done it myself. It probably would have cost me 3 times the amount in time, effort, and wasted effort, because I would have had to learn from the start where I could just pay you and you could do it for me easier.
Fantastic. That's great. How was that whole process from start to finish before your VA actually started day one with you?
Even if I've never hired somebody before, I think your team made the instructions really clear. Things like, this is how you pay them. This is how much you need to pay them. You have to pay them on the 1st and the 16th. Hey, Matt, just a friendly reminder. Don't forget to pay your VA. That's cool. It's obviously good for the VA, good for the service, and good for me. There's the initial fee, but actually the value is still ongoing. You and I even chatted a couple of weeks ago, and I was having an issue or two, and you just said, get on the phone, say ABC. I did that, and now I'm getting, sort of 10, 12 quality deals every day. I think the first couple of days after I told you that, I think I went and spent 3 grand in a day. Just from one VA. The process was seamless. I think even if I knew nothing about business, hiring, admin, anything like that, I think you held my hand every step of the way, but also explained why you're doing this that way, which just made it really clear.
We're as much about finding VAs for our clients as supporting our clients in maybe what might be the first person they've ever managed in their life, and trying to get that journey on and helping them grow their business. So obviously you had your first VA, but how was it? Day one, they joined your business. Tell us about that journey.
We've been chatting on WhatsApp basically every day around 9 o'clock. We have a catch up. She asks me any questions or issues. I then evaluate all the deals and put honest feedback. I try to be as positive as possible. Some of the things, the other day she found a hazmat. She said, "Are you hazmat registered?" "No, I'm not hazmat." She took it off and found a new one later that evening. She's keen to get working and grow my business, and I'm keen to support her and help her grow. It's just having a partner in the business who can do the stuff that you can't or don't want to. The biggest thing with the VAs obviously is just freeing up time and actually helping to grow the business. It's actually crazy. The other day she sent me 10 deals. I'm not even joking. According to Barboard Pro, every single one of them had more than 50 sales a month. If you think about that for a second, I mean, she's just found 10 deals, 500 units in a day. I mean, that's like 3, 4, 5 grand worth of buying stuff.
So can I ask you, obviously you had a VA, what problems did you have and how were they resolved?
First problem was she wasn't really sourcing the way that I would. And that she wasn't targeting brands that I would as well. From the call that I had with you, I then came up with a list of brands that I like or stores that I like. Reason for that, either high margin or high quantity or unlimited supply. And it was a simple fix, I just told her, I said, avoid these stores, go for these stores. And straight away after that, it was just sending me quality stuff. I randomly sent you a message the other day, didn't I? Just saying thank you so much. It's mad. It's actually crazy. To be honest, that's probably my only real issue. The time zone's fairly tricky. I sort of wake up 8 o'clock. She's finishing work at 10 o'clock. I normally wake up, take the dog for a walk, and then breakfast, whatever. I only start looking at the deals at 9:30. At which point she's finished up for the day. But the way to overcome that is just chat every day. That's pretty much it on the problems. Just that she was looking in the wrong places and sourcing the wrong way. Now, obviously, your course teaches them how to source, teaches them why to source, teaches them about Amazon, but it doesn't teach them about the individual seller's requirements, which is down to the seller. And all that is a conversation. Say, these are my requirements, crack on, this is how you do it. If you got any issues, let me know.
One question people kind of ask is, obviously, you're looking to hire a VA, you're always a bit worried about the deal quality. How's that been from your side?
As a whole, it's been really good. There are some deals which are picked up possibly by your software and other deal sheets, which I've bought and the sellers just flood in. Fortunately for me, I generally buy a month's worth of stock, and most sellers that are flooding in are buying 10 units where I'm buying 60. So it's not really a waiting game, but I'm not overly worried because I will get the sales. And also my margins, I'm more than happy with 5-10% if I have to be. My average margin at the minute is sitting at 20%, but if I'm in a deal and I need to take 5% just to get my cash back, I will happily. Majority of the deals are good. The other reason why we can get better deal quality than some other services out there is because we are sourcing brands that we like. Our deal criteria is very specific. I mean, I've only had her for a month or two, but the deals are getting better. My winners are getting better. I'm sitting at, sort of 60-70% winners. I think we're going to get that up to at least 85% very soon. Definitely within the next 3 months. I would probably give my VA my credit card right now and let her go crazy. I trust her like that already.
And that's from you got one VA. That's incredible. How's the support been? How's that been from FastTrackFBA from our side, supporting you, obviously, as your first VA in your business?
Your team have answered questions and were very helpful the whole way, sort of laying out the blueprint, next steps. During the training, they sort of emailed me and said, your VA is getting on quite well. She's now doing this, and tomorrow she's going to be doing this. And she was calling me as well, I'm very excited. They've been very nice to me. So she had a good experience, which translates to me being a great employer as a result, which translates to her staying for a couple of years versus a couple of months. You personally, you've supported me. Any questions I've had, I haven't used a different VA service, but I wouldn't want to, and the service has been great. Yeah.
Is there anything maybe you want to add, or maybe something I haven't asked you that you want to share, obviously, before we wrap this video up?
If anybody's deciding whether or not a VA is right for them, it's probably just a case of you and them having a chat and figuring out what their criteria is, what their goals are, and doing a timeline on when it's a good time to pull the trigger and get it done. It's not a service where you can just sort of back out of it, because you're hiring people, you're giving them their livelihood. So if you are going for a VA and you do it, you have to give it everything. You have to give them the time. You have to make it work. Otherwise, you're just messing people around and wasting your own money.
As much as we try and find VAs for clients, we also want to make sure that the clients are right for the VAs, i.e. like the clients are ready. It's a two-way process. It's not just, I'll get VA and see how it goes. No, this is a commitment you make to growing your business and to hiring someone into your family. If anyone wants to get in contact with you, what's the best way to do it?
I'm in most of the groups. You can find me there, Matthew Lowe or Matt Lowe on Facebook. I post every now and then. I also have silly questions that I ask all the time, and we can all learn from each other. So if anyone wants to get in touch with me for any reason, by all means, just find me on Facebook, hit me up on Messenger.
Fantastic. What I'll do is I'll drop a link down to the FastTrackFBA group, and obviously you can see Matt in there as well, so you can have a look down below. But what I will say, Matt, from me and from everyone watching this, thank you very much for sharing your experience about hiring a VA through FastTrackFBA Academy, and also how the journey's been. And you know what? I'm really excited to hear perhaps maybe what's going to happen in the next couple of months at the rate you're going. And when you hit that 7 figures, my God, that is going to be exciting times. And
do you want to have a race to 1 million?
Sorry?
You want to have a race to 1 million?
I've got a funny feeling, but I think you might win. But I'll certainly enjoy the challenge, definitely.
Race to 10 million then.
I look forward to it. Well, Matt, thank you so much. Honestly, it's been a real pleasure speaking to you today.
Cool. Thanks, Tom.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.